earlier on as well, Herschel and Bazid. Herschel, thoughts on the game itself? You thought that Pakistan would be the favourites to win it, not to be in the
Well, I think they were, obviously, because they ranked number one. I just thought they lost it in the way they bowled. They just didn't maybe try anything different, you know, especially after the first 10 overs. They kept on bowling length, and obviously Reza and Faf just kept on, you know, kept that momentum, kept on. They didn't have to think too much because the boundary balls were there. So until they got the second Yorker in, that's where they took a wicket. So they took too long to make that adjustment in how they bowled. But by then, the damage had been done already, and so they obviously Pakistan pulled it back really well, last 5 overs. But I think they lost it in those first 15 overs with the way they bowled.
But it will go into the specific later on. Where do you think Pakistan lost the game?
Again, you look at the very first over of the game. Out of the ball, Shoaib Malik gets a new ball, he starts himself and goes for 12. And that sort of sets the tone for the batting of South Africa's innings. I would have thought that you would have gone with Shinwari. Shinwari again turned out to be your best bowler on the night, but you would have gone with the attacking option. Yes, it's a true pitch. Yes, the ball is coming onto the bat, but with the new ball, in T20, Shinwari is quite lethal. So once you give that away, it sort of backfires. Obviously, it could have gone either way. It could have worked for Shoaib Malik.
Yeah,
it could have got a wicket, but as it turned out, that was decisive. Obviously, there was a run out very early on as well. But the tactics in the first 6 overs, you look at Hassan Ali coming in, Shinwari still not coming in that first 6 overs. So that's where South Africa batting took off, and it didn't stop till the 15th over.
Yeah, eventually, when of course Shinwari came, and then there's a food for thought for Pakistan. He should have been introduced earlier on as well. Now the man of the match went to David Miller, but our Mountain Dew player of the day is the man, the captain who led from the front and scored a wonderful 78. It's none other than Francois du Plessis. We are used to a gritty, somebody maneuvering the gaps here, but a bludgeoning Faf. Well, that's a very, fresh thing to see from Faf du Plessis.
Yeah, I think he batted superbly well. He batted a lot quicker, than Reza. And Reza obviously opened the innings. But, it's just really good cricket shots, a little bit of improvisation with the one scoop. But just, he's such an experienced player. He knows when to pull the trigger as well. And, he got himself in really well, and they ran very well between the wickets, too. So understanding with him and Reza is really good, but just a very well thought out innings, and it obviously gave the innings complete momentum and impetus. but then it just went down like that afterwards.
Yeah, very adventurous from Faf. His approach, did that surprise you? Because that's not the Faf that we usually see. Bludgeoning the ball, smashing them.
He's got a very good record in T20 cricket, and he does attack the bowler. So it's not as if he just has that one gear. But today he took his chance earlier on, and he got a few boundaries flowing behind the wicket, got a few edges flowing. But after that, everything was absolutely hitting the middle of the bat, and you would, as Herschel mentioned, you would think that the Pakistan bowlers would have changed something. But they did. Even you talked about not bowling the Yorkers, even the spinners. You see Shadab bowl at one pace all throughout his bowling spell, and somehow on good batting wickets or good pitches like that, high scoring game, boundaries flowing, that doesn't work. You need to be brave enough to actually toss it slower and mix the length up a little bit. And in order to get a wicket, you have to take that risk of actually being hit for 6. But when you're bowling at one pace, it becomes easier, and that showed throughout that partnership. So a lot to think about for the Pakistani bowlers as well when they come into the second T20I.
Yeah, and his partner on the other end, Reza Hendricks, was equally brilliant, and that is why he is part of our Tapalti refreshing moments. So that partnership is in the record books now. Francois du Plessis and Reza Hendricks right at the top. 131 run stand, beating de Kock and Rousseau's partnership there. On Reza Hendricks, he's shown glimpses of brilliance in the one-days as well at times. This was a special innings from him.
He's got some form going, and it makes a big difference, especially not being that experience yet. I think this is all, little building blocks, obviously for his career. But he's in good form. He scores all around the wicket, all around the ground, and just a very compact player. I mean, he knows his strengths, and he has a good understanding of the Faf today, and it makes a big difference in the.
Oh, and he's played that superbly. Thread the needle.
Partnership is in the record books now. Francois Duplessis and Louisa Hendricks right.